looked like when you guys were on your journey there to win that cup, man. It looks like you guys had all bought in, and what a team you guys had. The way you guys played together, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, guys enjoyed being around each other, having a few, and it's always easier when you're winning, right? Like you guys can,
that's true.
It's just like came together perfectly.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, Schenner. When he took over in Philly, I feel like he did a similar thing. Where he kind of turned the team around. At least he got them working, skating, right? I mean, I think when Lavi got fired. I think the training camp was horseshit at that training camp where guys are almost like coming out of camp out of shape. And then Chief took over, and he's a simple guy, right? His demands are pretty simple, right? It just like show up and work hard, right? I mean, every coach expects that, but it's pretty simple philosophy. But it seemed like the same thing, after maybe a little while once he got to St. Louis. I mean, obviously got you guys skating and playing a certain way, and you guys bought into it. I felt like there was a lot of parallels to what he did in Philly that we did in St. Louis, minus the Stanley Cup there.
Yeah, sorry, he was great. Like he just kind of, I know the Philly approach, he kind of got us in the playoffs that 1 year, turned us around, and kind of the same thing with St. Louis here. Just wants for you to kind of, guys to really, his words are like compete and work hard and stuff like that. And I know most teams expect that, or most coaches expect that, but it's work for him, and he kind of demands that out of his players.
Yeah. Easy guy to respect, right? I mean, obviously look back on his career. Everyone demands hard work. I don't know a coach that says don't work hard, but I think there's a way of earning that, that respect and getting guys to buy into it. And I think like it's hard not to go to war for this guy and battle for him, right? Knowing his character and his past.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You kind of knew how he played and knew how he was as a teammate. So I think when he's saying it, it's not like he's blowing smoke or kind of wanting something different. That's kind of how he played. So you kind of have to follow his lead there.
Yeah. Oh, man. What was your take on that first year? I mean, you got to play with Jaromir Jagr, a little bit with Chris Pronger. I mean, it's probably a pretty big thrill being a young kid.
Yeah, just like, you never expect to get traded in the middle of summer. Obviously, anything can happen, but I guess it's when your first time, you're a little bit more shocked. And going to Philly, obviously thought it was, just a cool sports town, which obviously it is. And you don't really know much about the city. And when you kind of get there, first training camp with the team, you look around, and like you said, it's Pronger and Yager and Drew and Hartnell and their chemo team, and there's some big names on that roster. And then obviously came over with Simmer, who I knew, and Jake Voracek and Coots ended up making the team. So put together some good pieces, and it was just one of those teams where it was fun. Like there was a good mix of young and old guys, and everyone gelled together and had fun. And JVR was there too. So like I said, we had a bunch of guys that kind of had some skill and also some fun along with it. So good times in Philly. It's obviously, looking back, that's one of my favorite years is your rookie year, just breaking in, and the likes of, like I said, those guys that I've mentioned before, like taking care of you, like a guy like Hartsey really took care of me right from the get-go. And still a good friend to this day. And those are the memories you look back on that you're going to remember forever.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was a fun year. And if I'm not mistaken, was it your first goal was in the outdoor game, right?
Yeah. I remember. So Lavi came up to me in like the hallway of was it Citizen Bank Park or it was anyways at the time, and he comes up to me, and I think I played, I don't know, 10, 11 games. I got hurt. I blocked a shot, and then I played a little bit more. Then I got a concussion, and he came up to me. It's my first game back, and he kind of comes up to me. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "You going to get one tonight?" He goes, "I can't wait around forever for you." I'm like, all right. So kind of thinking that going into a game. So luckily, got a bounce. Got a bounce, and it went in. So it was pretty cool having that picture and stuff like that, and the goal.
Yeah,
that's great.
And then they have it on like HBO. Like I jumped into the glass, and like he was chirping.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm like, he goes, "Hey, Schenner, it's not World Juniors or something like that," and I'm like, "Let the kid enjoy his first inning."
Right.
For fuck's sakes, man.
That's G's like little wittiness to him.
Yeah, right. But Schenner, talk about you getting dealt from LA. I mean, you're a 5th overall pick. I believe you started 2 seasons with LA and landed up going back to juniors. Obviously you're disappointed, right? I mean, your foot's in the organization and the whole bit. I mean, was there something you could kind of pinpoint of maybe why you didn't get the full shot there, or was it just one of those things? It was just like a numbers thing, and just weren't maybe physically mature enough, or whatever.
I think it was. I mean, not the time you always think you are, like
right, of course,
like that. So 5th overall, and I think Tavares made it, Duchesne made it, and Evander Kane made it before me, and Hedman. All the top 4. So you think you're like going to be the next guy or whatever, and which is fine. Like obviously looking back on it, I was 18, I knew I wasn't ready, so they sent me back. 19-year-old year, I played. I think 8 games up until Christmas time or something like that. So I played a bunch.
That deadline, right?
Yeah, the deadline where they could send you back to junior. So I was like, I played like 2 or 3, and they had no idea what they were going to do with me. Whether to like keep me for the full year, was I ready? Was I not? Anyways, I did like 3 or 4 games. I sat for a long time, had no idea what was going on. Played like 1 more, sat for a long time, and then all of a sudden came a point where like Dean Lombardi sent me down to the minor somehow, which like on a conditioning stint, which
sneaky loophole there.
Yeah, I found a loophole.
Dino.
So I went down.
Point a game there though.
Yeah, I went down for a couple more weeks, so to buy me more time. I think I played maybe 1 more, then they sent me back to World Juniors. So at the time, I think like I said, you think you're ready, but looking back on it, they had Kopitar, Jared Stoll, and Michael Handzus, which we were all like, yeah. So those are their top 3 center, which are obviously very good. And I think they had, I think it might have been Trevor Lewis as like their 4th line center, who was a young guy at the time. So they were deep down the middle or deep at forward anyways. And it was, I think when I got drafted 5th too, like they obviously had a bad year prior, but they weren't like so bad where like they had no players. It's just like one of those years that didn't work out for them, and they got the 5th overall pick. So, like I said, looking back on it, you think you're ready, but it probably worked out for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So I remember you telling me on your draft day, which is awesome. You get picked. You go up to, you told me you walk up there and you go to shake Dino's hand, and what's he say to you?
Well, so they were all like, I'm previously, like I said before the show or at the beginning of it, like I was like pretty chubby and whatever, like didn't exactly eat clean and all that type of stuff. So Drew Doughty, they were on year before me to kind of get in shape and all that type of stuff. So I get the same treatment, which I'm out of shape and all that. And they come to my house, interview me, and obviously they're hard on me at the combine and all that type of stuff. And then you're pumped to get drafted by like Los Angeles. And like you walk up on stage, he's like the first guy that come shake my hand. He goes like, not even like congratulations, like happy to have you. He goes, you ready to get your ass to LA and start working out? I was just like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
For sure. So no, but just funny times looking back on it and how like the mind games of, all the stuff guys play that obviously try and help you throughout your career, but and which they do. It's just funny looking back on it now. You remember all these stories.
We had